Hey, what's going on, YouTube? That's a little better. Still a little bit blurry. Here's some word of advice. Don't ever take lacquer thinner and clean your phone lens if it's got anything on it. I almost ruined it. I buffed it out with buffing compound and a little rag. It took a long time to get the film off of it, but it's finally clear again. So all you people out there that think this redneck dude doesn't know how to focus, he knows how to focus. He just don't know how to take care of crap. Anyway, that's better. I want to thank everybody for telling me about this. I wanted to take it off anyway because I always wondered how one of these things worked. The oil looks really clean. It's still like a gold color, you know, and it don't really stink all that bad. But this gear right here, you might not be able to see it, but just, it ain't bad. But I want to know if this is the, there you go. I want to know if this is a reversing gear. I want to know if this is the gear that works in reverse. It's chewed up just a little bit. The one down there ain't too bad. From the very front to the back, I want to know what this gear's for. I'm just trying to learn for knowledge, man. There are people, or brothers, or podness. What's this? What are these brass things here? I want to know what those are for. They're a little dirty, but they're in pretty good shape. In fact, I think they're in real good shape. They got oil on them. You know, you might see on the camera that it's looks like it's damaged. It's not. That's just oil that's on top of them. And what's I already know what this is for. This is for them forks to set down in. And that long, you got a long shaft that comes in over here. That's what was sticking. It pushes the reverse gear in. I know the basic concept now just by taking it apart. I used to take apart my toys when I was a kid just to see how something worked. But yeah, I finally realized how to work the camera. You can't focus this camera when it's in like when you're looking at the screen and you get to see a mirror picture of yourself. You can't focus the camera when it's in that mode, not this camera. I think I was using my other camera the other day. I can't remember. I think I was using the other camera the other day. This camera has got very little memory, so I don't very seldom use it, so I got to make this quick. But anyway, I wanted to know from front to back what all these gears are. I'm sure it's first. I don't know. I just want to know what they're for, so for knowledge. I got it off. I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to change that oil out anyway, just because I'm here, and I'm going to replace the front seal on it. I don't know, could I fill it full of oil and tip it forward after I seal it back up? Lean it forward and make sure that seal don't leak, or how hard is it to replace that seal? Is it going to open up a can of worms on me, or is it fairly easy to replace? If not, if it ain't leaking, you know, I just don't want to get this thing all back together and it be giving me a bunch of troubles. That ball that the fork is on it's still in good shape. Anyway, I really appreciate y'all for telling me how to take that out, because it made it so much easier pulling that transmission out of the front than having to jack the truck up. It's going to go back in a lot easier. And yeah, I plan on, do I need to clean it out? What do I clean it with? Do I just need to drain the oil and not clean it out? Do I need to put some oil in there and run it and then dump it and run it and dump it? What would y'all recommend to clean that thing up with? Because, you know, it probably does have a little bit of shavings in it. And why does it do that when it goes in reverse? I can push the clutch all the way to the floor and adjust my linkage perfect, and it still goes, and I don't like that. Now I know what it causes. It causes your gears to get chewed. And does this gear control anything else? Is this just a reversing gear by itself with that other little tiny gear down there in the bottom, or? Anyway, so if this camera cuts off quick, well, I'm sorry, because this camera don't hold that much footage, but as you can see, me and Clutch, my son, we've been cleaning and sanding and scuffing. I just now got the transmission out. We pulled it out through the front. I need to get all that goop and gob off. I've got under here extensively and scraped and sanded and Scotch-Brite and scuffed. And my fuel line's leaking again. Makes it kind of neat to have that fuel line there. Just let it leak all over the frame, start scrubbing. I know. You're going to blow yourself up, Limpy! Well, I got a fire extinguisher sitting right in the cab of this truck just for that purpose. And one at the front door of the shop. But anyway, I've cleaned it and cleaned it. I took oven cleaner. I can tell you this, you can use oven cleaner, but it's not a miracle worker. You still got to scrape all that grease off of there. Lacquer thinner or gasoline works good. The oven cleaner will take it'll take some of the, some of it off, but it's not something you're just going to squirt on there and rinse off. Doesn't work any better than engine degreaser, I don't think. Now I'm going to redo all the wires in this thing while I'm doing this. I got to sand this. I'm going to do it right. Put some Rust-Oleum primer on there. Spray Ray Customs, man. Can I use regular old can primer? Rattle can primer before I use base coat, clear coat to paint this engine bay? Or can I use Bulldog? I'm calling it Bulldog because that's the name brand of the stuff. I don't even know if I got an empty can over here anymore or not. See if I can find it real quick. No, I went and threw the can away. Done threw the can away, and now I got a mess I gotta clean up. I'm gonna wait until I clean up the whole mess whenever I get done dumping all this crap off this, clean all this crap off this truck. I'm gonna pull it out and then scrub the concrete floor down, because I really do like having a nice clean shop. I want to paint these floors with shop paint. You can buy it at Home Depot. But once again, thank y'all very much. Thank you. Me and my son appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that bell housing off. Clean it up. Clean the cast iron housing up and paint it aluminum color. They say it's silver or chrome, but it ain't chrome. It looks like aluminum, but I gotta clean it all up and get it all. And then again, do I need to use that adhesive stuff? They put it on bumper covers to make the paint stick to the bumper. Or do I need to go ahead and prime the cast iron to make this stuff last? Because I don't want to paint this and then it not stay. I want it to stay. I want it to keep looking nice. I don't want oil leaks. I'm tired of having a greasy pig underneath. Dadgummit, I wish this fuel line would shut up. I'm going to have to plug it off, put a bolt in it. Stay. Yeah, when I get off here, I got to remind myself to plug that off. Put a bolt in it, put a hose clamp on it. Oh, and see if I got a flashlight. Like I said, if the camera goes off, I'm sorry if the camera goes off, but let me hurry up and see if I can find this flashlight for you. I want to show y'all something else. Well, it ain't here. Hello, Toofus. Say hi, YouTube. It's my baby, my sweet babies. Him a special puppies. Tell you what, if it wasn't for that dude there, I don't think I'd make it up here at the shop sometimes. He gives me confidence. He gives me courage. He loves on me when I'm sad. Look at there, man. There's the flashlight, the other one. If you'll notice, that valve right there is a little discolored. Looks like it's not clean like that one. It's not clean like that one. See that one? It's discolored. Those are clean. That one's okay. This one is got that. Is that a burnt valve? Have I really been running on 3 cylinders this whole time? And no, I'm not selling this motor. I'm not going to give it away neither. Well, no, not this one. Not this one. The one that's at my other house that I got to move. I still got it. It's been covered up. I coated the inside walls with I pumped a bunch of grease, bearing grease in the spark plug holes. And smeared a bunch of grease underneath the valve covers. Just packed it full of just a lot of grease. And then wrapped it up. Because the other motor had a blown head. A cracked head. Big time. Whenever I was going over to what do you call it, Louisville, to a paint and body shop over there. I blew my other motor up. I cracked the head on it, and oh, hell with it, man. You know, it's like, I've been told not to use his name or nothing in my videos and this, that, and the other, but it is what it is, man. Pete helped me find this motor for $600. And it's been good to me except for that cracked manifold. And I found out the remedy to headers. On inline 6 motor, you can't use you can't use bolts. You got to use studs. You got to use studs all the way across. Studs and Loctite. When I bought the headers, they came with bolts, header bolts. And they screwed in there, but the problem is I had to put these big old fat washers on there because it shares the bolt pattern. This thing's probably going to cut off any minute. It shares the bolt pattern. See there? When you go to put a header bolt on there, you got to put some really fat washers on there, thick ones. Not just regular washers, some thick washers. And then plus on the top of that, you got 2 headers that are going on there. And then plus on top of that, you got to account for that, your clutch, your Z-bar bracket with a pilot bearing on it. You gotta put one screw on there, and then have someone that hold the headers up, cock it up at an angle, put the other bolt on there, tighten them up, and then you got your header right. And then it almost takes 3 people to put the headers on this thing, because you got to hold 3 different parts plus that. But this time I don't believe it. I don't believe it leaked. I don't know, man. It might have had. Let's pull this off. Come on, camera. Hang in there for me. I even ran it for a little bit. I snugged them down, ran it when I first put them on there. Somebody told me to run it for a little bit, just a little bit, warm them up, and then snug them down. And then after you run it for like a couple of 2 or 3 days, drive it around, make sure your bolts are, and that's what made it possible for me to also drop some Loctite on these bolts after the fact. You know, I didn't want to put Loctite on there because I was trying to do it like they told me and tighten it, snug it down, run it, and then snug it down again, and then run it for like a week, and then tighten it down, torque it, you know, torque it down. And then after I torqued it, I ran some, right before I torqued it the last time, I ran some Loctite on all these threads. Yeah, I know. I just now pulled the cover off that, believe it or not. I had a rag sitting on top of it. I just wiped my hands right before I picked up this phone. But I need to cover that up. I don't want no critters getting it. That used to irritate the hell out of Brian Stewart, man. He'd see a carburetor with something off the top of it, he'd get all ticked at me. What are you doing, Lemmy? Cover that shit up. He did me a lot of good, man. He gave me a lot of good advice. He just pushed me. Sometimes there's a difference between trying to push somebody to do something and trying to push them to Trying to push them when there ain't no room to be pushed, man, you know? I just didn't have the means or the money or the shop or anything to pull that LTD motor and get it ready, and now she's next. See, I got rags over her. She's next. The only part I was surprised about on this, down in here, like down in there, I did pull a little bit of rust out, like maybe half a handful, but it's not bled all the way through yet. It's not ate all the way through on that. The only part that on this whole front end that's got rust on it is right under here under the battery box, where that acid from the battery dripped down on my fender well and on my core support, and it ate them up. And I'm thinking about just taking some metal, nothing fancy, because it's just a fender well, laying it on top, maybe put a couple of screws in it, run a bead, you know, weld the bead on the top of it. I thought about doing this thing Rhino liner, but I decided not to. I want it to look shiny. I gotta pull this heater box off and get down in there. I think I'm gonna paint the heater box flat gray. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think I should leave that heater box on there and just paint it gloss black, or pull it off? I'm pulling off as much as I can. Anyway, she's getting there. I can't just stay on this thing straight, man. You know? And the reason why is because my body won't let me. Leaning over in that engine cavity makes my back hurt, and I push it, and I push it hard. Somebody told me I got to keep going, you can do it. And old Tubeless over there, he gives me courage and confidence to keep going forward and never give up. But there is such a thing as knowing your limits. My doctor told me that. He says, man, when you're having pain, you got to listen to it. Yeah, I put this board right here so I can slide my transmission off without having to fight it, you know. I guess I could show you. It may not look like it because I don't have a light. But the paint, this is just almost down to bare metal here. And I don't want to just squirt see, I had to get down in the cracks, man. You know, had the ball joints and everything else. Around all them screws. You got to get in there with a scraper, man. And I found a good tool, man. If y'all know what a metal Bondo blade is, it works great. I don't really prefer using these for spreading Bondo with. I like the plastic ones, but these work great for scraping gunk. One more question. Daggum, this phone's holding on, ain't it? I did empty it out before. Man, I lost my shoe. Oh man, I can't put my foot I can't put my foot on the concrete. I can't put my foot flat on the ground. I cannot go anywhere without a shoe on my foot. It hurts. It hurts to stand anywhere without that padding on the bottom of my foot. Anyway, this is a gearbox out of a Chevelle. I want to know if this gearbox will fit on my C10. And if not, can I use it? Well, I don't know. Maybe I can put it. Will it fit on my C10? Like, will it bolt up to it? I don't know about the link, you know, all this. Just a slave arm. And the, not the pump, but whatever you call this thing here. Will you call it the slave cylinder, or what do you call that? Gearbox, power steering gearbox. Can I use that and put it on my C10? Because I don't have... How you doing, Lou?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on?
What's happening?
You snuck up on me, man.
Hell.
Hey, will that gearbox fit off a Chevelle on a C10? We're fixing to find out.
Damn Skippy, it fit.
It will?
Hell yeah.
Well, we'll see. They'll tell me if it don't, Lou. You better be right.
I'm right, 100% right. Guaranteed.
All right. Well, I might want to do that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to cut this video off and let it go. Lou's here and I want to visit with him. Let's see, I got a power steering brackets right here. And a power steering pump right here. I don't know if it's a good one. Probably leaks. Yeah, we need to get another one anyway. Because the pulley's bent. It wobbles worse than I... Look, me and something like this pulley got something in common. We both wobble when we walk. Anyway, say goodbye, Toothless. Say goodbye, man. I appreciate everybody helping me out, and I'm almost done with this greasy pig. No longer again am I going to have to be embarrassed to pop my hood. Lou told me to leave this alone, man. He told me he liked that patina look. But I'm just saying, man, I want it to look bad to the bone. Leave the rest of the truck patina and make this engine bay awesome. Like Lou's truck. I done did his engine bay. You can comb your hair and brush your teeth and everything else in his paint on his fender wells and his underneath the hood. I've already showed you that. POR, whatever you call it. I thought about getting that for the frame. Base coat, clear coat for this. Flat gray for that. They sell that stuff that you paint body panels with. You know, them body panels that fade on the new cars. You know, like on the Avalanches and stuff. They fade and they don't look shiny anymore. You can put Armor All on them, they shine, then they'll go dull again. I'm going to put that kind of paint on there. I don't know. Y'all help me out with your opinions, and I would appreciate it. And he loves this. He loves coming up here. He loves the sun. He's got a new life in a big backyard, and he is very happy. He's a very happy dog, not being cooped up in that little crackerjack box I was living in. He enjoys the backyard. We're all breathing now. We're not up each other's throats, stepping over the top of each other. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later till next time. Let's go out.